Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build the customer win-back flow on Klaviyo. So I'm going to share my screen and let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Klaviyo, and what we'll do is we'll click flows on the left and click create flow on the top right. Now, we'll just search for the win-back. So I'll just click search win-back, and customer win-back standard is the one that we select. And it's just going to ask you for a name here. So I'll just delete the word standard and just call it the customer win-back and click create flow. Now, by default, it's going to give us a flow with 2 emails, and the first email gets triggered 75 days after a customer has placed an order, but they didn't place another order. So this time delay is going to vary quite substantially for your brand. If you have products that move quite often, like fashion, t-shirts, apparel, 75 days is perfect. But if you have something that's purchased a lot less often, something like, say, furniture or bedding, mattresses, anything like that, then you would want to increase this time delay. So this really varies based on what your customer behavior looks like. So for me, I'll say 75 days, that's perfect. But for you guys, it just depends on how often customers place orders. So by default, this is being sent at 12 o'clock noon. But I recommend changing this to whatever time of the day you've noticed you get the highest amount of engagement. If you don't know what time you get the best engagement, I recommend running a Klaviyo Smart Send Time test. If you don't know how to do this, I will have another video on that soon. But in the meantime, feel free to just Google it, and it's pretty easy to set up. So for this brand, let's just say they get the best engagement at 6 o'clock in the evening, so 6 p.m. And I'll click save. And then I'll do that for the next subsequent email as well. So 15 days is going to be perfect. And then I'll do 6 p.m. for these guys as well. So as you've noticed, there's only 2 emails in this flow by default. So I want to add a third email. So what I'm going to do is I'll add an additional time delay. I'm going to make this 5 days. Same thing. I'll just say 6 o'clock and click save. Now I'm going to add one more email down below. Then here we go. So we've got 3 emails being sent. Cool. Now I'm actually going to walk you through what these emails should look like and the design and the strategy behind the emails. Okay, so here is an example of a customer win-back flow that we've set up for a client of ours. And there's the 3 emails right here. So email 1, email 2, email 3. Now, what I recommend doing for email number 1 is just a gentle reminder that we've noticed that they haven't placed an order in a while, and just to remind them to come back to the website, and also we can showcase some products that they may be interested in. I'm going to show you how to do this, but right now this is just left blank and it just says dynamic product block because this part is edited directly within Klaviyo. The rest of the email is designed outside of Klaviyo, so we use a software called Figma. If you haven't used Figma or you're not a professional, I recommend just using Canva. But basically we design this email outside of Klaviyo and then we import it into Klaviyo using images. So we would slice each section and then import them directly. Okay, so as you can see, the first email is very gentle. It's just a gentle reminder to just come back to the website. It's been a while since they've placed an order. Now, email number 2 is where we want to offer them a discount. So I actually highly recommend offering a discount on this email because it's the best way to win back a lapsed customer by offering them some sort of incentive. So here we've given them a 10% discount. So, this just says win back 10, but something like, we miss you or come back, something to basically remind them to come back to the website and we miss them. So here we want to do a lot more urgency and a much bigger focus on really selling. So again, we want to give them some options on some products that are either some recent releases, or we can even highlight products that we think that the customer would be interested in. Down below, we've got some more information. So for this brand, we've got a quiz. And the last email is going to be a lot more urgency driven. So we say 10% off ends today. So we want to give a cutoff for that discount code. So really letting them know that they basically have 24 hours to place that order. So here we go. So we've got some more information down below and then some reviews. So reviews go a very, very long way. And this is a perfect place to add them, just to add social proof to help the customer through that purchase decision. So that's basically it. So now I'm going to actually show you how these dynamic product blocks work and how we would set them up within Klaviyo. Alright, so here we are. So I'm back on Klaviyo and I'm going to click email number 1 and then I'm going to go down and click edit. And here we are. So by default, it's actually giving me some product blocks here. So basically what I would want to do is I would delete this whole section. So I would delete this, I would delete this, I would delete this. I'm going to leave this dynamic product block section here and then I would delete this as well, and pretty much I would import in all of the slices of the email that I designed outside. I would import it within here. So I would add image blocks and then I would import it. Now this section here is really where the magic happens. So it's going to offer products based on what we think the customer is interested in. So what we can do is we can create a product feed. So click create. So let me call this win back. And then over here what we'll do is, so what products should the customer view first? So here we can have either, by default, Klaviyo will put together these products. So either best selling, most viewed, or both of that. So I'm actually just going to put best selling and most viewed over the last 90 days because that's pretty much close to when they made their last purchase. And then here, if you want to filter even further in terms of categories, you can filter it down below. And then we would just click create product feed. And there we have it. So basically, automatically, Klaviyo is going to piece together this information and it's going to feed the customer within that email. So this section stays how it is. As I mentioned, we drop in the other parts and the email is basically done. We're going to do the same thing for email 2. Email 3, we didn't really have a product section, but if you would like, feel free to test that as well. And that's basically it. So I hope this video makes sense. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll respond as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for making it this far. I really do appreciate your time. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.